So I think being ill and like with a chronic illness or disability is lonely for quite a lot of reasons, including that a lot of people will assume that like you will get help if your health issues are like worse, or that if you have new health issues. But a lot of the time people don't get support or they don't get the medical help they need. And the medical establishment has like lots of nefarious links which can essentially block us from getting the help that we need and the health support that we need. Obviously, a lot of us already know that. Um, I think in the UK they've just made turkey tail mushrooms, which help people with cancer and chemotherapy, essentially illegal, um, which is like indescribably messed up. And like quite a few countries in Asia use it for that as well. Um, yeah, it just goes to show that anything that actually helps people, they'll probably make illegal. Um, so that's really messed up. And for my illness, there's lots of peptides that could easily help me. But again, you're not allowed to use them, and the doctor's not allowed to prescribe them either. Lots of people do anyway, because obviously they're going to fight for their lives and they're going to fight for their health. And um, I say good on them. And yeah, so just don't count on getting the help that you need. And if you might well have to fight really, really hard to get anywhere, which is what I've been doing. Um, and that's been a massive battle. I have made like slow progress, but it's just been crazy hard to get anywhere. And I'm still not I still haven't got like official treatment for what I have. And it's been like 8 months, maybe. I personally am taking actions and doing things that are going to help me and have, I think, stabilized me much more. And I'm really proud of myself for doing that. But yeah, the medical establishment basically hasn't done anything apart from give me painkillers that don't work, and um, some things that are meant to help my digestive system that hasn't yet. But I've got something new that I'm going to try, but I'm not hopeful. Yeah. So um, another thing is that you also assume that you'll have help from your family. Obviously, it depends on what kind of family you have. And like, I don't want to deny that I've had zero help whatsoever. I have had quite a lot of advice from some members of my family. One member of my family gave me quite a bit of money at one point, which was really helpful. It doesn't actually go as far as you'd expect, as it should, because appointments are so expensive, and lots of things I'm getting, like supplements and etc., is expensive, and also things that I'm doing that are, so it's confusing. There is like something called NAD cell treatment, but it's not like a treatment for the disease, unfortunately, but it is a treatment that helps with your cells. That is very expensive. I think I've managed to find a way around it to get it cheaper. But anyway, but that was really generous of them. And yeah, really, really great. And they did give me lots of good advice, which is awesome. But also at the same time, like, and a lot of people that are ill or chronically ill find this, like, one of the really difficult things is being like gaslit and like told it's in your head from the medical people and like the people that you love and tell you that they care about you. um, and that's definitely been the case for me with like both medical professionals and family members as well, who are basically acting like I'm a drama queen and I'm like making it all up and that I'm just doing it for attention and for resources. And when I asked one of them for help, like as in advice, help, because I couldn't cope with all the medical admin that I was doing, and I'm autistic, so I literally like deserve like a support worker. Like I need one of those to help me because I can't, I don't, I struggle with interactions and getting what I need from a situation. Anyway, and like he just told me I was being extractive after like giving me like, yeah, something like a link to something that was like they're asking for money from me whilst I am struggling financially, as they know, because of medical bills, and I have my own fundraising project going on and other things I'm trying to raise money. And like I'm just like, dude, I'm just asking for help, advice. And yeah, they're just very, very self-centered. And I understand there's 2 points to that. Like a lot of autistic people do talk about themselves and focus on their own problems, me included. So I know there's an element of that there, but like there's two members of my family that I've like cut out since getting ill because they've been so aggressive and hostile and like unhelpful and like attacking me when I'm like my most vulnerable. But it's so difficult because like I should remember that, I should know that I shouldn't expect so much from them. I shouldn't expect like, I remember making a list with my therapist about like I'm getting hurt because of my expectations. and I made a list, like being like, what should my expectations be like judging who these people are. And it was like, I shouldn't expect from this close person in my family to be nice to me. I shouldn't expect them to help them when me from them to help me when I'm ill. Like I shouldn't expect them to send me like encouraging like texts. And yeah, like I get that practice and I think that will help me, but it's also really sad. Like it's just really frustrating. Like I know technically these people are probably meaning well, but like they just never like in terms of like the emotional support in these you just don't need this kind of thing. Like I really don't, especially when like I'm probably ill because of largely because of how much stress my family have caused me like since I was born, and that it's just very painful, you know, to be ill probably because of that, or a large percentage because of that, because it shot up my entire nervous system since I was like a baby. Um, and then that kind of like to be continuing in a lesser way, and like for them to like gaslight you and attack you for being vulnerable and ill, you know, like thank God I have like such great friends, and like that's always been my thing is instead of having family, like I've had friends and friends that are my family, and like that's really normal for like autistic and queer people because we're so um miss like whatever the word is on like I can't think of the word, not treated well by people and people that are closest to us, like that you would expect to be helpful. Like there's so much sexism and ableism in my family against me. I'm just like, guys, you're so not helpful right now. Like rather than being helpful and nice and supportive and just being like, well done for getting through this. Like, no, it's just like silence. Like I had a family WhatsApp group when I was really going through it, and they just like barely replied whatsoever. And I was asking for help. Like I was like, I don't know what to do. Um, yeah, I mean, one of them did like help me quite a lot on calls at one point, but I mean, the rest of them, like with the messages, it's just, yeah, it just feels horrible. And I just need to remember that I can't rely on these people, and like I just need to keep them at arm's length. Um, yeah, but it just sucks because I just want like nice people that love me being nice to me, and that's what I deserve. So, yeah, I'm just trying to not focus on it loads. But it is really difficult. Like a lot of people that are sick are like trans and queer and autistic and disabled and people of the global racial majority, and it's just very like you're already like dealing with difficulty because of the systemic inequalities and ill health, and then you have like other layers of like all this stuff as well, and you're just like, oh my goodness. I mean, this is why we need like help from community and like community support, and this is a really good example of how helpful that has been for me, and like how much I've needed it, and how amazing that's been as well, like in light of, you know, all these other things that have been so depressing and difficult, because it really does feel like the system is trying to kill me, and like, you know, it is. And yeah, we have to like fight for ourselves, and it's so much easier to do that in community. So yeah, I really, really, really appreciate it, and it's really hard to put into words how much better my life is because of that. And you know, I just feel this is why I've always been like a friendship kind of person, because my I don't know, I know families are all different, and it's weird because my family is like really financially privileged, and like so I wouldn't expect, like, do you know what I mean, like you wouldn't expect it to be so hard just because you'd expect people, well, I mean that sounds a bit classist, but you know what I mean, like I am obviously lucky, that's what I mean, like so it feels weird to complain about it, but they are like I've been so screwed up by these people, like, and it's probably why I'm ill, and like, and I'm so really upset and sad about that. Like I spent so much time and money trying to recover and like trying to be okay, and it hasn't been enough like to like stop me from getting really sick, and that's really frustrating and enraging and saddening, and then they're still being like this. But yeah, it's just life and like the cards that I've been dealt. So I just need to like focus on not them and like get on with my life and like focus on being as healthy and as happy as I can be. And like, yeah, not expect anything from these people and just get surprised if something does happen. That's nice. I did like stick up for myself last time someone attacked me, which was like last week, I think, in my close family. They were just calling me selfish, that I was like extractive and like self-obsessed. I was like, I've been really sick. Like, I don't have the capacity to like focus on you right now. And also, this person's really self-centered and like doesn't care about me, like doesn't ever have an interest in my, as in like they don't have an interest in my life, what I think, what I do. Like they have nothing about that whatsoever. And they always just treat me like they have so much contempt with me, and I'm just like, I don't need that. He was like, oh, if you want a relationship with me, I don't want a relationship with you. You're really pricing yourself super high here. Like, I'm not getting anything out of this in terms of like a nice experience, which is like the minimum in terms of like, that's what you should expect from people, is like a nice experience. So yeah, I think you're judging your boots too highly or something like that. Anyway, I'm just a bit like, last time he attacked me as well, I was in hospital with a broken spine and IV drip out of me. Like, that was the last time he was that horrible. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? Like, why are you attacking me when I'm like especially vulnerable and needing help? Anyway, obviously they're just screwed up people that haven't. Oh yeah, and they were like, you need to get over your childhood trauma, when he clearly is not over his own. I'm just like, that's really cruel to say that to me. Anyway, I've been trying so hard. Anyway, whatever. It's because they're suffering. I need to remember that. And good luck to them in recovering and becoming nicer humans. But I was really proud that I stuck up for myself. But again, it's not worth my energy. And I'm really glad that I have my pals. So thank you so much.